Hello and welcome to the Temple of Tomes with your host, Indie Comics Jones. Today is September 5th, 2023. This is episode, I believe, like 581. I'll have to check that. Today we're looking at Parker Girls number 7 from Abstract Studios. Comes in at a whopping $3.99. This is a Terry Moore production. And on the cover here we see Kachu kind of tied up. This scene isn't exactly happening in here. She has been drugged and taken to Switzerland, though, by the evil Mr. May. I think his name is Zach May, who's kind of supposed to be like an Elon Musk type character, only he's very evil. But some people think Elon Musk is evil, so I guess that's part of it. The last couple issues, I gave it a not recommend. This issue, I do like Terry Moore's art, so I stick with it anyway. This issue, I'm giving it a recommend. He's back on. The problem I had with the other issues, the last couple of issues, was all the men were creeps. All the women were just mean and vicious, basically. There's no one really to cling to. Now we've got in this issue, Kachu's daughter is in danger, and I think that kind of brought me back into the story. There was more at stake now, rather than a revenge on Zach May. Excuse me. I guess that's the Comics Matter cough there. So let's take a look at it. As you know, or might not know, Terry Moore, he does the writing, the art, the editing. He does everything, and his wife runs the business for him. So it's a one family show going on here. We see Motor Girl here. This was a pretty good comic. I did read the whole 10 issues. Now it's out in an omnibus. It was a recommend back in the day. Okay, and like always, he starts out with a little drawing and a little quote from somebody famous or infamous or maybe not that well known. But this is where we see Kachu has woken up and she realizes she's been drugged. She doesn't know where she's at, and there's the evil Zach May watching her on TV. And I guess they dated in the past, so they do have a history together, and he's always kind of had a thing for her. Well, now she is trying to get into his world and discover things that will lead to his arrest or death or something. I'm not quite sure. So he's watching her on the screen. She's feigning that she is still drugged and out. Once the screen goes dead, she gets up, looks out the window, and realizes she has no idea where she is. She's somewhere in a mountain chalet, middle of nowhere. It turns out she's in Switzerland, and May tells her that later on. Meantime, we find out that Kachu has a little daughter. They call her Koo, I believe. And so someone's watching her. I don't know if it's someone related to him or like a babysitter or what, but she calls her mom too. So I'm not sure if maybe it's their lesbian couple, and with Kachu and this woman here, and they're both being called mom by the daughter. I don't know. So the screen comes back on, and May starts talking to back in Switzerland, and they have this discussion, and then this is when May shows that he's been watching her daughter, and she starts to freak out. Now she realizes her family's in danger, and she goes a little bit postal, which arouses the guard that's watching her, which Kachu takes out fairly easy by using a big screen TV, and makes her way down and decides makes a call to let to her boss Tamby, let her know that things are not going that well. Tamby sends out somebody. They're going to try to corner Mr. May with someone that's in Atlanta. She's going to go to Florida. She's on her way to Florida. So I think that's where Mr. May is. He's Cape Canaveral or something. He's talking with NASA. So off goes Kachu. She's a bit bitter. she's heading for the door, and unfortunately, for the guard wakes up and has a little gun battle here and dies as Kachu double taps her and then decides to blow up the whole house to destroy all evidence using the microwave. So he takes the car and heads off, and kaboom. And, Francine. Francine's the name of Kachu's, I guess, lover or partner or whatever. They're both mom of Ku. And that's where we end, is Kachu is now trying to get out of Switzerland and get to her daughter, or try to save her daughter. And that's where we end right for now. So yeah, this issue was a recommend. Like always, he gets about 20 pages of drawing. They are in black and white, but I do enjoy the emotion and the action that's shown in his drawings. So yeah, recommend. And we get the shot from the first one. Cover art color is by Brian Miller, with Terry Moore doing pretty much everything, Robin Moore as the publisher. And we get an extra drawing in here. My stomach growl there. And Terry Moore's 5 Years an Ad, another one. I have not read this one, so I might pick up the omnibus on this. I do have a couple of the issues, but just never really got to read the whole thing. Terry Moore's How to Draw. I have both the expanded edition and the original edition. Very interesting take on that. Terry Moore's Rachel Rising. That's how I discovered Terry Moore. And yeah, this is really good. It's about like 42 issues, so it's a pretty huge omnibus. Serial, they have the omnibus out. This was a great story. It was only 10 issues, so I highly recommend this one as well. And Strangers in Paradise, which I have never read, but someday maybe I'll get to it. It's a huge omnibus that went on for like 10 years. Maybe it was 5 years, I don't know. And there you have it. So, recommend. Thanks for stopping in. Please like, subscribe, leave comments. We'll see you next time at the Temple of Tomes. This is Indie Comics Jones bidding you adieu.